Hello and welcome, my Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to your timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, Markangelo Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. I'm a professional witch. I'm a professional intuitive. I'm the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. S Corporation alert. I am the author of 2 books so far, with a third one on the way. The first one's called Spell Ingredients. The second one is called Words of Grace. Words of Grace does have a Kindle version available and a link in the description box. And if you click it, you can preview a good chunk of the first part of it for free, including the table of contents, which is mostly in chakra chapters. There are chakras in this reading. You might find it of use. The original version of Words of Grace, as well as the only place to find Spell Ingredients at the time of this recording, as well as where my new book that is in process will be, well, that would be over on patreon.com/drawing the circle in our digital shop. The ebooks are there. I've got audio stuff there, prayers, meditations, a lot of cool stuff with free previews for the audios, as well as we've got videos over there for purchase in the digital shop, classes and workshops. It's really, really good stuff. They have free previews too. Some of my subscribers get those ebooks, audios, and videos as part of their subscription package, but the majority of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common: a daily check-in. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream, like pretty much every single morning. Did it this morning, knocked it out of the park, had a really, really good time. We chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a spiritual practice to send us on our way. And as far as work, career, vocation goes, it's the wisest way for me to start my day, considering what I do for a living. They also get all the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. They also get a significant discount when they book me for a private session. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want more info. And I love it. You can follow us for free. You can 7-day free trial. You can shop in the store with or without being a subscriber. And I love and highly recommend being a creator on Patreon. So if you feel so intuitively drawn or just interested, click the link, look at the menu, and then come Patreon on Patreon. Because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Markangelo Lyons. But you can just call me Mal. And my mother named me Markangelo Lyons, so, you know, that's on her. As did my dad, apparently. So, if you are new, we're going to do some explanation for the new Cancerians and the cross-watchers, my crab cakes, as I call you. I was raised by a Cancerian mom. So, we will get into the divination after the explanation. If you've heard it all before, feel free to jump ahead. It's that way. Though the intention of these readings have shifted a little bit since the last time I did this series. So welcome, my crab cakes and cross-watchers. What we're going to do here, it's going to look like a past, present, future read, but it's not. It's what's called a 3 levels of power reading. There is a link in the description box to where I learned about the 3 levels of power. Caroline Mace, MYSS, the PhD, medical intuitive, one of my favorite spiritual teachers on planet Earth. We're going to be using her archetype cards here, but that video will give you a little insight into these 3 archetypal lenses called the 3 levels of power, to look at larger things, in this case life purpose, your contracts, what you agreed to do in this lifetime, though we don't usually remember in the detail, right? So that you can do what you came in to do in this life. And why I say the intention is a little bit different this time, we're using the same amount of cards as the last couple of series. That can change too. But YouTube has been sending me a lot of NDE videos as of late. I do know why now, after it's been about a week. Near-death experiences. Now, I've been in the spiritual, metaphysical, professional industry for a very long time. Like, literally, I started in the 80s, all right? I'm 55 years old. I don't look at things. Thanks, Mom, for the excellent skin DNA. So yeah, they talk a lot about life purpose and why we came in here, and that we're immortal beings that come here on missions, right? Personal missions, but most of it is planetary as well. So as one of us begins to even fulfill our life purpose, work, career, vocation, everybody moves forward because there's only one of us here, raising the vibration, shifting to a more golden, loving timeline than a leaded, fearful one, which I think I've had just about enough of that, right? And we're in a time of transition, obviously, on the planet, at least at the time of this timeless recording. So let's talk about the 11 cards that are going to hit the table. We're going to get 3 Caroline Myss archetype cards. That, from her, I also learned from her book Anatomy of the Spirit about the 8th chakra that hovers over the head, the home of the archetypes, hence the archetype cards, that send down these codes to the other chakras, shifting our electromagnetic fields so that we attract and repel all that is necessary and needed for us to have the free will to no longer delay what cannot be prevented in terms of our life purpose. Just saying. I didn't make it that way. Just the way this world is rigged, apparently. But, you know, everybody's got these a life purpose. So the next 4 chakras down, we will get 1 card. We'll get 3 of those, past, present, future, work, career, vocation, from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the internal, yin-ternal, feminine energy. These 4 chakras, heart, third eye, crown, are behind the eyes, and maybe you share that with the world, and maybe you don't. The lower 3 chakras, how we navigate our way through the physical world, the yang dynamic, the masculine energy, whatever you want to call it, relationships in the physical world. You looking from the outside in, like looking in a mirror, maybe from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things that you have relationships in with the world. And a lot of times when it comes to crosswatcher reads, because all of mine have crosswatchers apparently, there can be mirroring involved. So the Mythic Tarot, one of my favorite tarot decks, we will be using for the lower 3 chakras. At that point, 8th to root chakra have been divined, if you will, through divination. So we will get a whisper of Lord Ganesha from the Whispers of Lord Ganesha Oracle, Angela Hartfield, to help remove the obstacles, not just in our life purpose, work, career, vocation, but there's quite a bit about spiritual alchemy. As we alchemize our lead to gold, lead has 3 more atoms than gold that cannot be created or destroyed, only changed, transformed, alchemized, forgiven, released. I just prefer the word alchemize, and this is a brilliant oracle. I highly recommend it. And then we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra, because this is about healing, but not just healing you. Healing everybody if you want to go into pure non-dualistic unity consciousness. But no matter what, the mantras do help. I've had this deck since it came out. I know all of the mantras. I just don't know all of what's written in the bookie book, and that's why Lord Ganesha and the healing mantras will have those bookie books at the end. So I think that's enough explanation, don't you? Let's jump into the divination. I'm glad to do it anyway. And let's see what hits the table. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will, and I promise you, I will do my best to help anyone fulfill their life purpose, because as one of us does, all of us do. It's only an upward spiral, and apparently there's no backsliding according to the higher realms, so let's get up in this gig, shall we? The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point, so join along if you feel it. Please, take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. Place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it. There's a throat chakra thing going on here somewhere. So let it be done. My beloved pantheons of the divine, please. 3 cards face down in clarity for the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their crosswatchers. To help them alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting them from toxicity to health, from fear to love, doing the spiritual alchemy, what's going on in the 8th chakra for them in their work, what's going on for them in their career, what's going on for them in their vocation. Now I'm putting these 3 face down, but you know what they are already because they're written in the title. We're going to do the same with the Daughters of the Moon. 3 down as well for the internal, yin-ternal stuff. Please take a nice deep breath. still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, and with harm to none as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, what's going on? Heart, third eye, crown for the Cancerians and their crosswatchers in their work. Same thing for their career. Heart, throat, third eye, crown for their career and for their vocation, their spiritual calling. What's going on? Heart, third eye, crown for the Cancerians and their crosswatchers for this timeless work, career, vocation read. We're going to do the same last three face down. Then the chakras will be fully defined or divined, if you will. Lower three chakras, please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My God's override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none as we will it, so let it be done. My gods, please, what's going on? Lower three chakras for the Cancerians and the crosswatchers in their work. What's going on for them? Lower three chakras in their career. What's going on for them, lower three chakras, in their vocation for this timeless work, career, vocation read. All right, we're going to read work first. The detective, the emperor, and the Five of Pentacles. Okie dokie. Now, before we dive into this, do understand that all archetypes are neutral, right? A scale from lead to gold, shadow to light. And you can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime read Sacred Contracts by Mace. It's amazing. Or you could be dealing with somebody who has this archetype in the workaday world. And of course, there can be mirroring. You both have it. So let's talk about the detective. Written on the card here is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. I call this lead, this gold. These three atoms in between that Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, will give you a clue about. So, the shadow attribute. Voyeurism, falsifying information. I always go back to Gladys Kravitz on Bewitched, right? The snoop, the spy, right? The detective. The light attribute you're shooting for here is great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. Right, very Hercule Poirot, very Hercule Poirot, the little grey cells, as well as Miss Marple and all of the rest of them, Mr. Holmes and Watson, if you want to go there. And it does have a masculine vibe to it, right? The next four chakras down, you got a major arcana card. Now, this is a feminist deck. So the Emperor and the Hierophant are fused into one card here, the god Pan. Now there's Pan, the goat-headed god, son of Hermes, and then there's the great god Pan, which is all of the masculine dynamic in nature, right? So when I get a major arcana card for a reading like this, or it's a chakric zone, it usually means all of them are working in unison, right? So it's not fire, earth, air, or water. It's spirit. It's all of those together. So there is a divine masculine energy in the feminine energy here. This could be somebody taking it upon themselves and saying, oh, no. no, I'm going to get to the truth of this if I have to, magnifying glass my way through it, order and method. So I will. Now, here's the thing about the Emperor. It's the combination of all the kings in the tarot of the court cards, all the cardinal energy. So that's, let's see if I can do this. That's Aries, that's Cancer, cardinal water, cardinal fire, cardinal air is Libra, and cardinal earth is Capricorn. So all of the kings. Now, with the Five of Pentacles, I know I've watched other readers on YouTube, and it's almost like a rubber stamp that it's like being left out in the cold. Well, that's Rider Waite. This is a little bit different. This is Daedalus, Deadalus, if I'm spelling that correctly, from Greek myth. Kind of finding his way and finding some doors and some obstacles along the way. So look, fives are numbers of change, hence the pentacle as a magical focus, whatever you want to call it, right? Bringing together fire, earth, air, water, and spirit in a circle of unity. So this can be a change, but minor arcana are things that happen, right? They're not like major stages of your life or places in your life like a major arcana, nor is it a court card indicating a specific person. But I will say, Five of Pentacles right now, right? The Five of Earth, a change of Earth, very root chakra. Whoa, I'm crossing my arms and my legs under the table here, right? So there might be some instability, some shifting, some change, particularly in terms of money. These are the money reads, but they're not all about money. It's about doing what you came here to do in this life. And I find we get what we need more than we get what we want financially. Every day is a winding road. We get a little bit closer. So this could be a change of occupation. This could be a change of job. This could be a change of scenery, but one that will bring you to the Six of Pentacles, right? It makes sense numerologically to go from the change of the five to the harmony and balance of the sixth. So remember, this is not past, present, future. This is all happening simultaneously. So let's look at your career, your passion, your hunger, your thirst. Interesting. Okay. The detective is a wisdom family archetype. There are 9 different families or groups, and so is the judge that you have here. Now, this may be not just in the work career life. This might work career vocation. This could be in any relationship where you are engaged. The shadow, offering only destructive criticism, only destructive, not, helpful, compassionate, whatever, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. And sure enough, we have a set of scales here. So there is, the judge, right? Judge, jury, executioner, guilty, right? So there is a vibe here of putting the thumb on the scale. So if there is a financial surprise that has happened, the detective might very well find out that there has been some thumbs on scales. Hopefully it's not your own. The light you're shooting for. Balancing justice and compassion. Now that's very Kabbalistic. Read Anatomy of the Spirit by Caroline Myss, the throat chakra chapter, and then really anything you learn about all that stuff after that, you'll get a more healing perspective. She's a brilliant healer and teacher. So managing the fair distribution of power, and we're all learning that, right? There's been so many changes in our physical world, right? Political, social, all of this stuff shifting because we're evolving. There's always a higher truth, which means there's always a higher integrity to embody here, to be fair, right? To be honest, to be truthful. But it would make sense that a judge, right? Like Law and Order SUV, I will always call it SUV. Oh, Chris Maloney. It's a good thing he's married. Just keep him over there. It's fine. But what they do, they call in a detective, right? The judge is like, all right, let's hear the evidence from the detectives assigned to the case. So I think we've got a little bit of an episodic thing going on here. Well, that is interesting. Excuse me. There's definitely a throat chakra thing here. I haven't coughed all morning, pretty much. So the Nine of Blades is the overthinky card, usually in the Rider-Waite Tarot. The key word here is criticism. Now, when you put criticism with the judge, criticism itself is a neutral word. Right? Critical math, critical thinking, critical care unit, right? It's like we want our critical care units, right? To be working and functional, right? But then there is also that right? Offering only destructive criticism. Oh my God, it's the exact same word spelled the exact same way. So we'll call that a double whammy. So look, there is something very throat chakra about this. As a matter of fact, I think justice and mercy are in the throat chakra. If I remember Anatomy of the Spirit, the powers of the throat chakra. So, the throat chakra, in my opinion, has 3 different functions. Spit it out, make the decision. Swallow it, go, push it down. Or chew. This might be chewing on it mentally, emotionally, but here's the unexpected. 10 of Cups. The final union of Eros and Psyche in Greek mythology. Psyche is the Greek word for butterfly as well as the soul, and she already married Eros, the god of love, son of Ares and Aphrodite, but boy, what a true love story. So look, in terms of career, I will say the Ten of Cups, though it is my true love card usually in a reading, and yeah, I can certainly speak of romance, but tens, you go from a 5 to a 10, so there can be an overflowing of really, really good, true love, but true love not necessarily always romantic, right? My mom and I have a true love contract, right? True love conquers all, true love heals all wounds, true love breaks all curses, but the course of true love never did run smooth. This could be you really looking at what's going on in your career. A lot of people don't make their money from their passion, their hunger, their thirst, right? Feeding the soul. They do that through work, right? That's how they survive in the world. I'm the exact opposite. I'm a corporate president. I don't make money from doing that. I make a living by doing this stuff as a healer and an artist and a teacher and blah, 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 professional witch. So there is maybe a real focus of getting clear here, but being very fair. And merciful with yourself of how you're looking at this, that really shows you something about how fulfilling this can or is your second level of power, your career. Loving that, right? You say, who are we to judge? Well, it's part of the ego schemata to judge, but the soul knows the truth. So that's why bringing that into harmony, wow, it's eventual. It can be delayed but not prevented. And why would you delay it? So here we go. In your vocation, your spiritual calling, there are some archetypes that have a foot into families. The Alchemist is one of them. It is the wisdom family. If you look at it that way, you got 3 wisdom family cards in a row. But it is also the divine family, the spiritual power. So, ready, witches? Buckle up. The shadow attribute, misuse of the power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. We've all done it. Come on, we have all done it because we didn't know better, or we thought, well, we did know better, but, you know, it's part of a lesson that we had to live through. And believe me, the higher realms, like, we get it. It was written into the script before you ever drew a breath. It's like a video game down here. The codes are in. Once you're in the game, you can't change the code. You can only play, and you have free will at every moment. Letter gold, you know, hero or villain, however you want to see that. So the gold, because the alchemist is the one that alchemizes the lead to gold, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom, which comes through experience, right? So as far as a spiritual power goes, right, your vocation, your life calling, this is great, big, huge. Lead is an insulator, like fear, right? Energy can't pass through it. Gold is a conductor. That's why our devices are so expensive, because it's a very high quality I don't want to say superconductor, but you know what I mean. It does its job, right? Very, very efficiently. So think of that in terms of spiritual energy, and you got another 10, but this time the 10's on the inner, and it's not cups, it's blades, which would be swords. Now, 10 of Swords. Betrayal. Oh, come on. Come on. I don't think that's what Pamela Coleman Smith had in mind. It means it's resolved, mentally at least, element of air, and I would say certainly with the 9 of Blades here going to the 10 of Blades. Again, this is not a past, present, future. The resolution that you're looking for, the answers, all of the pieces of the puzzle coming together in the third eye that then you would be chewing on in your throat and then bringing into the world through your work with the Emperor on the inside. That's pretty powerful. Oh, so the ceremony that they're doing here, it's women in a teepee, in a well, it's not a yurt, it's pointed. You have a very pointed yurt. They're passing the rattle or the talking stick. So whoever has the talking stick, the rattle, is the only one who can speak in a tribal situation. And everybody else has to pay attention, right? Not say anything. So internalize that. This can be you really looking at and resolving some things mentally more in alignment, not just with your soul contracts and your life purpose, but with your lead to gold in terms of being an alchemist, right? It really is about hero or villain, lead or gold. And you were a player in the game, and believe me, we've played all of these roles before. So if this is your last lifetime, because I think a lot of us, this is our last lifetime in this level of the illusion of separation, at least. Particularly, I would think if you're following me, not that I'm the be-all, end-all by any means, I will never take myself that seriously. If you knew my mom, you'd understand why. Then certainly, this is an opportunity for you to really make some stuff happen in the world, because you got a court card here. You've got the Queen of Cups, Helen of Troy. Her face launched 1,000 ships, and honestly, we're so lucky to have better ways of exfoliating. The Scorpio card, fixed water. Juliet Sharman-Burke put together the Mythic Tarot, where all of the court cards, except for the pages, have specific zodiacal connotations. So if you have any planets in Scorpio, have a look at your chart. Even if you have no planets in Scorpio, have a look at your natal chart and see what house it's in. Again, this could be you dealing with somebody who may or may not have planets in Scorpio. I think that's almost a moot point, because so many people don't know their rising and their moon. They know, everybody knows their sun sign, and you got to do the work. You got to find that out. And there are so many websites where you can get that stuff for free, but buyer beware. So we are looking at a silence here. I mean, bottom line, I know a lot of Scorpios. I love my Scorpios. They'll tell you the truth. They are brilliant detectives. I think Scorpio is the home of the detective archetype, if you ask me, Columbo and whatnot. But, soft of eye and light of touch, speak ye little, listen much. Very much with the 10 of Cups we got here in work. Pay attention to your second chakra vibe. Every chakra has its own language, but we have to learn that language, because it's not like it speaks in English necessarily. Oh, the third eye might. But the second chakra goes, or like those are the two speeds, right? So learning the yes or no language of your second chakra is Scorpio, money, sex, power, right? Now, I would say if this were a romantic read, this would take a different tone. And then we're looking at somebody scoping and probing because they've been ghosted, right? And they're trying to make like a fair decision here because there's true love on the table, but they have to really look within with that 9 of blades. Critical means beyond detail. That's not the original meaning of the word, but to really look at what the minute, tiny things are here introspectively, to then have this revelation, this resolution at least, in the vocation. It does, one of these levels is usually leverage. I'm feeling like your leverage here really is with your vocation, not just spiritual, but because there is some realizations, I guess you could say. To me, they're more like resolutions, like, last piece of the puzzle on the table, either from somebody who's got a very, very strong intuitive presence, Scorpio, or otherwise, maybe your own, or maybe this comes through a conversation where, in prayer and meditation and whatever you want to do, or with another person, a spiritual counselor, a friend, a teacher, or maybe even learning from somebody from a video or a book or an audiobook or something like that. So, the chakras are on the table. So even though we lay them down 1, 2, 3, you really read them 3, 2, 1. So this is an alchemist, judge, detective contract. Let's ask Lord Ganesha. Let's get some more clues on the table here. My Agatha Christie's. Please take a nice deep breath. Both feet on the floor. Still point. Ganesha override. Place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Lord Ganesh, what is your guidance, your grace, your loving, wise, powerful oracle to assist the Cancerian collective and their cross-watchers in fulfilling their life purpose by alchemizing their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, from fear to love, in their work, career, vocation? With your oracle message, removing those 3 atoms with and for them for this timeless read. Personal transformation. Now, let's talk about Queen of Cups again for a second before I read from the bookie book. Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by the planet Pluto, and I don't care what anybody says. It's a planet. Okay, when he's one of your gods, you don't downgrade one of your gods from a planet to, I forget what they call a moon. It's not a moon, it's something, whatever. Moot. So really, we're looking at spiritual transformation here if we were to take this into consideration. So, card number 35. I'm going to read just a bit of this. Some of these are rather long, but I read what I'm intuitively drawn to. Here we go. Card number 35, personal transformation. Your soul is assisting you with creating changes to align you with your life purpose. 5 of Pentacles. So I don't get the feeling that anybody necessarily did something wrong. That doesn't mean that it's comfortable or that it's pleasant. You don't have to like the change in order to allow the change to make things better. All things change, but they can only change us for the better, but we don't usually see that till later, right? Location, location, location. Ganesha is pointing to the heavens. Yes, he is pointing to the heavens and encouraging you to be open to new ideas and the growth of your spirit. Well, that could go to that 9 of Blades criticism, right? Which is fine, right? Being a detective, well, there you're being the judge. But then there is that resolution in your vocation there with the 10 of Blades. Listen to the still small voice within. Okay, we were all learning how to do that. You may have been feeling a strong desire to obtain or experience again a sense of meaning, inspiration, or purpose in your life. This is a life purpose read. This is likely a time in which you are making some significant adjustments to your life. Possibly that 5 of Pentacles oriented. These adjustments are helping you in the process of changing yourself from the old you to the new you, and you will soon benefit from a fresh perspective on life. You are in a great place now for honoring the person who you truly are or want to be, rather than simply following a routine that has little meaning for you. This is a profound spiritual journey that you are experiencing, which brings you greater meaning and purpose to your life. This will renew your inner energy. So it doesn't surprise me for a water sign read that yes, there are changes going on the outside, but there is some sort of realization, resolution, and transformation happening on the inside. And transformation is, the language of alchemy as well. You could say transformed instead of alchemized. All right, last card down. Matt Kahn, Healing Mantra. Now you got a lot of air here. So a mantra could be very hopeful. Please take a nice deep breath. Ascended Master Override. Place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect and precise healing mantra to assist the Cancerians and their cross-watchers to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting them from toxicity to health, from fear to love and illusion to truth? In this Alchemist, judge, detective, removing obstacles with personal transformation, work, career, vocation read. Inspiring others. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. And I will say, because yes, this does feel like there's some interaction with people here, but you can do that silently first, right? You could just, even in a meditation, it's like, just I acknowledge your gift for this. I acknowledge the gift you are in my life. That opens up the heart chakra, and I'm going to say that's going to come into the physical world here with Eros and Psyche, the true love card. True love, yeah, there's a lot written about it, it's a lot. But really, it's about aligning the third eye of truth and the heart chakra of love with the choices and decisions that you make, third chakra willpower. So, there is a communicative aspect of this. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts, but just do keep in mind, it's okay to do that on the inside for a while. If you're not quite ready, particularly with Queen of Cups, that may be a little more mum's the word. Here we go. Inspiring others. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts, and I do. When others are inspired, you allow them to take center stage and step into a greater acknowledgement of their personal power. So you're empowering, not sabotaging. When others are made to feel useful, they are likely to embrace more courageous decisions as their self-worth increases. I love this part. Imagine the perfection of not having to do everything by yourself and infusing others with a greater sense of purpose just by asking for their help. That sounds lovely. I'm practicing that. It's not a matter of feeling weak or being incapable. Instead, it's about realizing the gift of inspiration you possess simply by inviting others to be a part of your day. This mantra is ideal for increasing intimacy in relationships, and that could be with a group of people, or it could be a tribe, an office, whatever. Resolving martyrdom. No, that's okay. You won't go on vacation. I'll just sit here and clean everything with the toothbrush. We've all been there. And communicating your needs. Maybe you're going to chew on this for a while before you do that. But this does make sense. And then the great thing about inspiring others is that energy's got to come through your nervous system first. So that might be the personal transformation. That's why I'm saying you can do this in a more internal way, in your internal world, before necessarily doing that externally. And what a great way to move forward in your life purpose by inspiring others. It's a wonderful thing. So, if you are new to my channel, we always end my readings with what we call a blessimation. It's a word we came up with over on Patreon. And I never know what I'm going to say for these readings when the cards at the table to start with, and I really don't know what's going to happen in the blessimation, so buckle up. Here we go. One last time for this reading at least. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. May we end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading to be blessed with all that they need to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, so they shift from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and from illusion to truth. That in their vocation, there's a transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom as they have that rattle experience, maybe all of those different thoughts and things that they've learned mentally coming together to create a clear and full picture that maybe they share or maybe they don't. But paying attention to their second chakra voices might be helpful of when to say it and when not to, considering the inspiring others there. Sometimes people ain't ready for it. And so that in their career they balance justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power by really thinking about it, by getting to at least a mental focal point that the Nine of Blades can give us to really look at what is really most important to me, what is really the best way to do this, and getting the information that they need to do this fairly that brings forth the Ten of Cups. Coming from love. It's not that we're going to always make the best choices according to what we or others may think, but if we're coming from a place of love, that higher vibe will help us be that person when the time comes, and then consistently moving forward. And so that in their work, their great powers of observation and intuition with their desire to seek out the truth is really strong for them, because they have this divine masculine alignment of heart, third eye crown as the Emperor and the Hierophant. And yes, an Emperor can be born, somebody dies, and the next one's the Emperor, but no one becomes a Hierophant, a high priest overnight, considering how I used to be when I know that to be true, that there are stages and levels, but something very creative here, that though they may be dealing with changes seen or unforeseen of their own making, or that just of the people, places, and things in their lives, to really get to the heart of the matter here in terms of truth as a detective, as they remove the obstacles in their way and in the alchemy with their own personal transformation, allowing everybody else to do what they're going to do. But as they shift to a more golden true love timeline, they're going to meet more golden true love timeline versions of people, so that, why not? So that they can inspire others, because they help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. Like, you are really good at that. And I really enjoy watching you work. And yeah, we all have room for improvement, but I see how far you've come. And may they know that for themselves as well, because we are all in this together. So may they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to alchemize their lead to gold in their life purpose through work, career, and vocation, for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives, in happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for all of us, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So would it be. And so it is. I don't know. I'm not getting any womp-womps here. I mean, if you want to see the Five of Pentacles as a womp-womp, you can. You don't have to like the changes that are happening. Maybe you do like the changes that are happening. Maybe you're instigating these changes. But everything changes, and it only changes to be better, and that's the soul's perspective. The ego doesn't like that so much. So if you found this reading helpful, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, helps other Cancerians and their cross-watchers find the reading. Want more of me here on YouTube? Subscribe, hit the notification bell, get all the notifications if you like it. I do love a good comment section. If you want the deeper dive throat chakra here, come play around on Patreon. Coolest thing I've ever done. I love it. I doubt it's the coolest thing I'll ever do, but I love it. I mean, the daily check-ins are one of my favorite things. We pretty much do every morning. Some mornings I got stuff booked, so we can't. They get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube, as well as they get that significant discount. You can follow us for free. You can 7-day free trial as a seeker or a hero. You can shop in the store. And I highly recommend it for creative types. It really took my career to the next level as a spiritual, mystical artist, blah, blah, blah. I will never take myself too seriously with all of that, because this ain't my first time on Gaia, right? And hopefully it is my last, so I'm doing everything I can. So you just even watching this video, you've helped me fulfill my life purpose just a little bit more, so hopefully I have done the same in return. So, oh yeah, you want to book me? Get rid of that. You want to book me for one of them, their private sessions? There's a video I made for my 25th anniversary, happened May 1st, 2023, called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. Explains everything you need to know about booking a reading, except I made it when I was living on Long Island. Everything has changed. I'm now in Saratoga Springs. I'm doing readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs on Phila Street, Phila. Contact them directly. I have days set aside. They tell me you're coming. I'll come in and I read you. I like 24 hours advance because I can juggle a schedule, but last minute's tricky. I'm also taking clients on video. What I do is, someone wants a reading or spiritual counseling with me, I send them a Zoom link. We record the whole thing, right? So they don't have to memorize anything or take notes. At the end of the reading, I send them a link so they can download the entire video to their devices. They tell me they deleted it, and then I that they downloaded it. I'm getting my D words confused, that's new. And then I delete it from the cloud over on Zoom, because confidentiality is great, big, huge, important to me as a reader, as a spiritual counselor, and just as a human being. I'm a Virgo power, cross your legs. We don't share unless... No, even then, we will keep shit in the vault, is I guess what I'm trying to say. And the video explains what I charge, why I charge it, all that jazz, but the most important thing I can say about that video, and because it's true and it always will be, I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. I don't want to have to reincarnate for that shit, you know what I mean? No, thank you. Where there's a wish, there's a way. I'm a witch, so there's a way, but, you know, live and let live, fairly take and fairly give. The exchange has to be balanced, right, Judge? So yeah, check it out. It's a fun video. Makes my mom laugh too. And I have a new kitten. I'm a kitty mom again. And this baby's name, if you haven't seen yet, is called Samuel. Sammy for short. There he is. warming himself on the piece of furniture that he's not allowed to be on. Oh, there's lots of pieces of furniture he's not allowed to be on, but he is a kitten. He's a little Sagittarius, so he goes where he wants to go. Even got into the studio temple here for 2 minutes, and I don't think he enjoyed himself very much. And I love him, and if you want to see more of the adventures and the growth of my beautiful baby Sammy, and how the other two cats, Balthazar and Melchior, are getting along with this new change. Talking about a 5 of Cups is a little disrupting for them. Follow me on Facebook. I have so many little videos, and I'm going to make reels and all that stuff, and pictures of him, and I adore him. And I adore my work, and I adore my Cancerians. I've always had a Cancerian in my life, it seems, one way or another. So I believe in you. You can do this, right? Just keep that heart open. Nobody needs to know it's open, though. You know, all the claws and shell and all of that, because once you crack open a crab, it's all food, right? Ain't that 4th house? It sure is. So thank you so much for watching. You can do this. Inspire others. Have at it. But it's okay to start on the inside first. So you got this. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.